Hello and welcome to this first learning nugget in the module Effective Appraisals. My name is Bernard Zimmermann, and in this video I explain briefly the structure of the appraisal process and the framing for its effectiveness. So let's first recap on the process overview. I've explained that already in the introduction to the module, but just for completeness. So the first part of the appraisal process I'm presenting is the preparation phase. There's a specific element in the module we dive in, and preparation is really the key for the success you lay for the conversation. The core of the whole process is the actual appraisal conversation. There is where you give the feedback, where you discuss things, where you talk with your direct report about the observations, the feedback received from others, etc. And the third is the follow-up phase. Follow up from what you agreed, follow up on the plan, and support your direct report throughout the year and have feedback sessions. More in the different phases of the module. Now, there is a key element in the framing to make the process very effective, and that's the alignment. In order to make it really effective, you need to communicate your process and your expectations with your direct reports. Align with their expectations, so you're not running in parallel tracks and you're surprised what's happening when you meet and all of a sudden they're very different expectations. And the other part is as well that you agree a plan and a timetable for the process. Of course, you will do a planning for what the outcome is from the appraisal process, but you actually should also have a plan in mind and a timetable how you want to run the appraisal process. So another framing is the documentation. There's one key principle that I learned throughout the number of failures when I did appraisals in my first years as a leader. Keep a good documentation of your feedback conversations throughout the year. I mean that whenever you have a feedback conversation, make a note, put it in a file, so you have a collection of the feedback conversations. Memory fades, that's my experience. Document also the input you receive from others. Really, that you have it together, you can rely on what's written. And the third element is really keep a track of the agreed actions, the roles you and your direct report have in the plan you have agreed for development actions. Now, for the conversation, there's an element as well in terms of the framing. The appraisal is a two-sided process with shared responsibilities. It's not all on your shoulders, it's not all on the direct report shoulders, but it's both of you have a role to play, and you should be clear about the responsibilities also in the conversation. And in order to make it enjoyable as well and effective, make the appraisal an open dialogue. It's not a downloading of feedback from your side. It's a dialogue. That means two people speak with each other and exchange. And the focus on the first part in the conversation is really on review and feedback. Reviewing what happened throughout the year, reviewing what feedback you have received. And then the focus on the second part of the conversation, or even in a separate conversation, is forward-looking and planning. It's my experience that it makes it much more effective when you keep them separate in two conversations.